Hi guys, so I want to talk to you guys about 5 altcoins that I think we need to start accumulating into our wallets, considering the next Trump pump. Just like the previous bull cycle, we had a scenario where every time Elon Musk said something about Dogecoin, the market went ballistic and the price went up like crazy. So if this is the narrative for the next presidential season for Donald Trump, talking about crypto, and we do get a nice pump each time, I think it would be wise for us to make sure that we're in the coins that he will most likely discuss. Okay, so the first coin on the list is Ethereum, obviously. Now, as we know that the path with Ethereum to alt season is normally always pointed to, first Ethereum goes, then the large cap goes. So the reason I'm going to point to 5 altcoins is they're going to be altcoins considered into the large, into the phase 3 category. So let's talk Ethereum real quick. Now, what did I say a few weeks ago about Ethereum, guys, is that when you have wicks like this and price trades in the wick, it's going to fill the wick and some. Okay. The opposing thing was with Bitcoin, when you have wicks like these and price trades above the wick, we'll probably do a 50% test of that wick, and it's a sign of a reversal. Okay, so as long as that remains true for a high probability play, meaning statistically, let's try and put it in a way that will make sense to anybody that is new to trading or investing. Statistically, this can fail. Bitcoin can still go make a lower low and all shit can rain down on us. But as long as this still rings true for most of the times, I'm going to treat this as the following. Bitcoin will not go make a lower low, okay? Although we're at resistance right now, okay? Will not go make a lower low. Therefore, the alts are really poised for goodbye. That's the narrative. Now, what we can do to add to that narrative is we can look at the Dixie. Now, for forever, the Dixie has been trading against us. So, we had the Dixie push up all the way back from 100 to 109. And we know that, from, past experiences, Bitcoin all-time highs is followed by a Dixie that goes down. All-time highs, Dixie that goes down. All-time high, Dixie that goes down. So as long as the Dixie goes down, Bitcoin can push into new all-time highs, okay? The same when the Dixie tops, Bitcoin reaches a bare bottom, okay? And our 15K BTC bare bottom was when the Dixie was at 114. So the hope is with the Dixie selling off like this, money is leaving the safety of fiat, stable, and is looking for risk on assets, looking for S&P 500 indexes, looking for crypto, and so forth. So this is a really good tool to use as a sentiment indicator, okay? Another way that we can look at this is from a sentiment indicator is your fear and greed is currently sitting at 15. And historically, when we have lows like this, it means that the general public isn't interested in buying. Now, if the general public had the ability to do it right and make money in crypto by buying low and sell high, the sentiment would be different. So the fact that they're thinking in a completely different manner than what I want to try and work towards is predominantly a good bullish signal as well. Okay. Before I dive into ETH a little bit further, guys, there's about, I don't know how many people joining in live now. Say hi. Let's say hello, Mr. Simpleton. Hello, Renee, Firestorm, YouTube user twice in one day. Yes. What happened? And then Liesel and Stanku as well, as always. Hi, guys. Thanks for taking the time joining live. Now, it's this part where I say to each and every one of you guys, if you're watching on my Twitter page, on YouTube, or wherever you're watching, on Twitch, do me a solid, share the file or share the content with a friend, a fellow crypto enthusiast like you, and if the content is helpful and useful, subscribe and hit that like button because it will do the algorithm, tell the algorithm that what I'm doing is worth your time. Okay. So let's finish up with Ethereum real quick. So now that we have created another base, beginning of the week, I was uncomfortable, and I gave you guys this, and we had a little bit of an ETH pump all the way back to $2,500, and I was exceptionally, optimistic at that stage that demand will last. Okay, but I didn't really share that as a buy zone. Reason being is because on the weekly time frame, the reinvestment zone is quite big and vague. Okay. Now, this is the investment zones of the charts that I shared with everybody in the private Discord group. Okay. So off the back of that, now that we have a reaction, I'm expecting at minimum, if this is going to be a demand and a base for Bitcoin, meaning the market is going to now put in a low and it's going to build a base to give us our alt season so that we can buy these bloody gems, this would be a good area to buy. So I would want to see a higher high. Because we have a high that is manageable now, this is a really good area for you to ladder out, even if you're with ETH underwater. Okay, so this is an action zone. But to finish one idea, let's maybe stick with one idea. The market's now going to give us potentially a higher high, then come back, test the demand, chop around in what is called now a kangaroo market. Okay, so you've got a bull market when it goes up, you've got a bear market when it goes down, and when it's sideways, it's a kangaroo market. So, okay, so and what is a kangaroo market other than just accumulation forming? Okay, so if we zoom out and look at Ethereum, kangaroo market. Okay, so as soon as we have a demand that gets locked in, okay, the market will chop up and down, and that demand will hold as you build more and more demand bases. So the longer the kangaroo market, the bigger the next jump will be when we have the bull. Okay, so that's the play for Ethereum in my eyes. Okay, now talk about ETH that's maybe underwater. Okay, guys, I've got Ethereum that I'm underwater with. Okay, so let's talk through my scenario. Okay, I looked at Ethereum at $3,500, and I was planning on Ethereum breaking out. So at that stage, the argument was that we kind of hovered below the pivot. We built a demand zone base, 50% of the wick, similar as what I'm doing now. And the move started looking really good. So the play was that Ethereum needs to now break out and start giving me a new all-time or new local high and then a new all-time high, so that this now really starts accelerating and move on. Considering that all of this then is a large accumulation of Ethereum, and this then will be the establishment of a bullish trend within range, meaning breaking out, test, and then go. I was horribly wrong. Okay, so I'm sitting with a situation that I've got ETH that I bought that's per coin probably $1,500, $1,000 in drawdown. Now, I never trade in investment. So I don't, when I buy investment, I don't buy the bloody thing and then put a stop below it to secure it, because now I'm trading. You're opening the door for trading. So when I'm investing, the intent is to own the physical coin. Okay, I don't care what the value of the coin is. Right now, it's the long-term value that I'm interested in. So the fact that we have this action zone now means that I can use this opportunity to sell some Ethereum and then use this to buy back 20% more Ethereum. Now, it's easier when I say it like this, because obviously what will happen is whatever the market goes on higher. So I'm not going to sell everything. I'm going to sell some of it so that I can have that buy if this is the local low of the final low that's going to be put in. Okay. And then it means that my average buying price will be reduced by maybe 10%, meaning I can knock $300 off an average ETH price and have my average price probably sitting around $3,000 ETH. It's a great deal. Okay, so that's the plan. Now, when we look at the other coins, I'm going to show you guys a similar playbook. Okay, so let's quickly see where everybody's at. Let me know. There's very few comments in the comment section today. So let's see if we can wake everybody up. Give me a 999. Just for the hell of giving it. Okay, I'll take it from there. And then I'll move on to the next coin. Okay. Before we do that, though, let's maybe just look at Bitcoin, because obviously we know Bitcoin drives the larger market cycles as well, so if I want to be bullish with Ethereum, there's a few things that I need to see happen with Bitcoin, and few things that I don't want to see happening with Bitcoin. Okay, so the first thing is, if I look at Bitcoin and I really, my tongue is twisting there. If I want to look at Bitcoin and I really want to see, the bullish momentum come in, we need to break the simplistic, the simplest way to say it. We need to break that line. It's as simple as that. Okay, and then when we break that line, we need to not have any hidden bearish divergence. Meaning, so this high here at 99.3, where we're on the trade podcast, the morning stream, we need to go make a higher high. We need to sweep all those shorts. Okay, so that's what I want to see for Bitcoin. Okay, so I want to see Ethereum chop around and maybe go into my buy zone, but I want to see Bitcoin do that, because at that stage, any pullback that Bitcoin might have will give me more confidence to buy some alts. Okay, what I don't want to see for BTC though is to go make a lower low, because if we come back into this demand zone where we are now, the probability of this holding is very low. It's going to be the similar version of that. Okay, so you create a demand zone, everything looks good, you go to the 50%, you will get your reaction. But if you don't make that higher high, and we didn't make a higher high in that instance, okay, things will probably be bearish, and we'll probably go down lower still. Okay, so that's what I not want to see. Okay, now let's finish off the stream and talk about the other coins, because I said I've got 5 gems that I want to share with you guys, coins that I think is going to be good for us for the next Trump pump. Now, the schematic that basically inspired this is something that I found at Crypto Rank. Okay, so basically what we have here is a list of coins. Now, these are coins mentioned by Trump, so you can see your Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, and XRP. Those would be really good highlight coins to get in. Layer ones, big coins. They've more than one bull bear market old. They established and safe plays. Okay, and then we have coins that are made in the US. So if the US is gonna be pro crypto, the doors for US development and US support for these kind of coins would be big. So they would typically have the ability to do really well. They will probably be trending more so than something made in China, for instance. Okay, and those coins that I like is like the OP, like, I don't know, Uni would be a big one for me, and the basic attention token. Not so much so Axie Infinity, in my opinion, but nevertheless, it's on the list. Okay, so we're going to be looking at some of those charts, and then the more important ones, those phase 3 or those big alts and those those mid caps, Polkadot, Link. I don't think Litecoin is going to be doing well, but Hbar is going to be doing really well. So Polkadot, Link, Hbar would be the one of those that I would really consider. Okay, now Trump coin, Melania, those are meme coins. I mean, guys, throw a couple of money in there, because I'll show you the chart now, because gambling wise, there would be something there. You can almost equate them to what Doge was. Doge is a copy of Bitcoin. It's literally what it is, a copy of Bitcoin, for the hell of it, just copying it, almost as a joke. To say, Bitcoin is nothing, and it's not nothing. That was the spirit in which Doge was created, just for the hell of it. Okay, and then also then additional coins that we need to be looking at is Filecoin, SUI, Aptos, Near, and Move. So those would also be really good candidates for the next Trump pump. So use this as a really good, almost like a roadmap to start seeing what of these coins do you have, and so forth. Coins like XCH and those kind of things we're going to be looking at now. I'll show you some charts of these coins. Okay, let's quickly see. Please map out M2 money supply. I'll get to that. It's off the narrative of today's stream. Sorry, man. So I'll go and get that sorted. So let's go and finish up what I wanted to share with you guys. So let's talk Cardano real quick. Now, what I want to point out to you guys when I look at Cardano, not so much so, but Cardano and XRP, okay? And let's maybe switch off all the brush strokes for this so that we have a cleaner picture. Okay. The coin that comes to mind that I want to almost share with you guys as a fractal of what is potentially possible would be BNB. Okay. So if you look at BNB, so I'm going to zoom out and say, there you have it. Okay. So you can see clearly that BNB reached a certain scenario and or certain price level, lost all momentum, but hovered and kept on fighting at that $600 resistance range. And although we did have these shakeouts, they were quick, short-lived, and price was moving back up quite nicely. Okay, so if this kind of scenario where we're at now, is the way that these big coins are going to be accumulated, manipulated, ready for the next move. My thought is then you need to think of them in that way. So let's look at Cardano and say to ourselves, okay, if this is the case, big shakeouts immediately get bought up. This will inevitably still remain resistance. It's just simple as that. But once broken, things will do well. So you're good to buy imbalances, areas like this. So I would consider buying Cardano between 85 cents and 71 cents. Now, full disclosure, guys, this is some of the long positions that I still carry, leveraged wise from Cardano. So I'm in the coin, and yeah, and if it pumps and goes a little bit higher, that would be amazing for me. But that's just, that's just there. So you guys know. Another one is Polkadot that I would consider now. Now, Polkadot's the same thing as Ethereum. Okay. So up until now, I haven't really paid too much attention on Polkadot, but I think now's the right time. So we had our large time frame accumulation bear market lows. I gave you guys a good sell zone for Polkadot. So you guys had a real good run on this one, 140%. And now it's almost like a rinse and repeat of the same play. So if this demand holds, that I'll zoom in there now, I want to see a little kangaroo market like that. I want to see the sideways up and down jumpy market accumulation being built so that we can move price back up. So I'm going to delete that fib now with you guys, and I'm going to delete this one and just clean up the critical area so that you can see what it is I mean. Okay. And that's the next one. So consider the fact that Polkadot is very close to its original wick, and we just created a new demand zone. The hope is that we do something like this during the next month. So grab this. Okay. Let's clean up all the unnecessary lines. We'll leave it there. Okay. Let's have a look at something else. Link. Now, Link was one of the first movers, when the alts started moving. Now, what is Link? An oracle. Nothing in the crypto market can function without an oracle. It's what makes decentralized record keeping, what connects decentralized record keeping with the outside world, where the data comes from. So oracles are, a really critical part of what crypto is. So with that being said, Link will have its moment now when it's going to start moving. So from an investment point of view, I marked out the original accumulation pattern for everybody in the private group there, and that was our buy. We added on this buy, and obviously we sold the highs. We bought the momentum play, which broke at that stage, but that's the reality. You need to treat the trend as if it's going to last forever. And where we are now, we're moving into hopefully that same kind of environment. Now, I want to point out the volume to you guys. So the key now is, if you look at the highs of these volumes and you look at where we are now, there's a definite reduction in volume. Now, good bottoms have low volume, guys. So yet again, this is a way that you can track this during this period. So as Bitcoin finds a bottom and chops around, we need volume to almost die down. So if I look at that volume moving average, I want to see that almost die down like that, okay? It's already signs of that happening. So it means that the majority of the fearful day mom and dad investors or retail investors are giving up, okay? And offloading. And that is what accumulation is. It's coins moving from weak hands or scared hands or uninformed hands into somebody's hands that knows a little bit more. Who would be buying a bottom in the end of the day? That kind of question. Who's that guy? Okay, so that's the key here. So I want to keep an eye on Link as well as one of those coins. And then one that I think I might get it wrong, guys, but Litecoin, this is the investment buy that I shared with you guys back in last year. Okay, and Litecoin is hovering at 114, but the problem that I have with it is a previous bull market was same price and an ant. So maybe this then turns Litecoin into a dark horse, because if this is a very long accumulation for Litecoin, I mean, you can have a look at the previous cycle. I mean, you had a little move, Litecoin didn't do that much. I mean, to 4x. Okay. So if this is the case, we might have a situation where all of this accumulation from 2022 up to now, you see, Litecoin hasn't done much. If this thing breaks, it's going to shoot up and it's going to shoot past this 480. So think XRP-ish, okay? And then it means that you might have missed the bus for XRP at 30 cents or 16 cents. Litecoin could potentially give you that second opportunity. Okay, so yeah, consider that. Now, what do we have from a structural point of view? You can see it's looking exactly. It's got that same BNB-ish pattern there. Massive resistance at a specific price point, and every time we go to these lows, prices are being chopped up. So are we going to break through, consolidate above this, and then run? That's the plan. So I want to see the demand hold. Okay, what do we know about Wix? Okay, Wix, when price trades above it, okay, typically we won't go there again. There's good scenarios. There's always an exception to the rule. That's what makes technical analysis such a hard thing to learn, because there's no real right and wrong. There's no one scenario that will always be guaranteed to play out like that. Okay, but here we are now creating a nice wick. There's a little bit of an imbalance at 120. So consider Litecoin maybe as a dark horse play. Have a little bit for the long run. Okay. Then your uni, your DEXs, I doubt is going to be the ones. The US is very restrictive on its monetary policy, its banking policies, and the freedoms in there. So having something like uni, I think, will not necessarily fit their narrative of control. Okay, so I don't know. I might know nothing. I might be an idiot. Okay, so but that's just something for me. Will it rally? Will it have an opportunity? Yes, it looks a lot like Ethereum at this moment. There's the potential for a demand. Volume is relative. It's still not quite low. So maybe we're in the beginnings of forming a bottom for uni, just like Ethereum does. Well, look, we all know when everything starts pumping, or when Bitcoin starts pumping, everything tends to get dragged along. So, this will go up by default almost if everything else goes up. So you have that additional advantage from a purely technical point of view that could happen. Will this then be a narrative breaker or a narrative creator or something? I doubt it, okay? But it's still on the list, and it's still potentially something you need to consider. Okay. A few other coins that I kind of want to bring to your attention. OP, okay, has not seen a bull market yet, okay? I have a lot of OP still. I mean, I shared that with you guys. If you follow me regularly, you'll know, okay? Launched OP on this channel when it brought OP to you guys, or back then in 2022 at 51 cents. Okay, so it's been a crazy journey taking OP from 51 cents to almost $5. And then I bought more OP at around $1.50 with the idea that we're going to go back up to around $6, understanding, with the waves within waves and accumulation pattern, as I explained it at that day. Now, that idea failed miserably, and here we are now, okay? But just like these lows here, we're creating demand zones, and at some stage, the demand zone is going to test. When it tests, we're going to go to a reload or an imbalance, where you then have a tough decision to make. Do you sell or do you hold on for more? Now, for me, the play is when we reach the $1.50, I will offload, okay? Because statistically, we will come back and test the dollar, which means I will be able to buy it there. So I won't personally be buying new OPs, okay? But if you don't have, this is a really good area to consider grabbing, and a really good coin to consider grabbing. Now, another one that I think was a big headline maker just recently was SUI. And I explained to you guys that SUI for me is bad. It's not a good one. It's a bad one. And SUI is coming down heavily. So SUI is one of those that, although I like it, and I think there's a lot, it's already done 1,000%, guys. It's saturated, okay, in gains. So I would steer away from that one. Maybe consider looking at something like, I don't know, HBAR has also flown up like crazy. I mean, it went from 43 cents, there's 1,000%. Maybe let's have a look at this one. Okay, let's just quickly see what we've got here. Something like this. Okay, so head on to the weekly time frame. Let's get a big picture. It's only seen drawdown. Okay, so this would be the next one. Where would the resistance levels be and the buy levels be? Well, it's really hard at this stage to define, but I think around the $300 mark would be really good. So you grab it around 17, 15, then you can probably trade it up to $300 or hold it up to $300 for 1,000%. So I would consider something like this, moving away from the big one like SUI and moving some of the profit that you made from SUI into this. Don't necessarily have to throw all your money in. And here's the clue. As this thing's going down, guys, what's happening in the volume? Okay, so big question mark. Who the hell is buying if this is a dead coin? Okay, there you have it. Okay, that's everything I want to share with you guys. Over to the comment. Let me correct that. Trumpster, I'll read your essays a little bit later, my friend. Let's see what else. Hi, Arudo, our hero. It's a comp. Thanks, buddy. You're just as amazing. You know why? Because you're doing what you need to do to get to that point, where you can ride into the sunset with your crypto gains. So kudos to you, my friend. Let's see what else we have. And that's about that. Everybody's really quiet. Funny enough. What about XRP? Liesel, XRP is for, I'll talk about, maybe let's talk about XRP real quick. Let's talk about XRP. That's a tough one, narrative speaking wise. What did I want to share here? The Cardano move with XRP. Yeah, I had something that I wanted to compare there. Big move, big gap. What did I say with you guys with Bitcoin when we had this pump? Okay. If it's fast, it won't last. If it's fast, it won't last. Okay. And if it's fast, it won't last. Okay. So that's my opinion. Still worth holding? Yes. Should it be all your bags? No, definitely not. That's it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's on the list. It's part of this list. Sorry, wrong image. Let me just get the right one. It's part of this list. Okay. So there's definitely going to be gains, but it's got an insane market cap. The same with Ethereum, Cardano not so much so, but Ethereum, it's got an insane big market cap. So it's going to take some time and a lot of money to double this thing and triple this thing and give you that 1,000x. Okay. So, yeah. Just remember that Cardano is just like XRP. They're kind of almost in the same boat in that idea. Okay. There you have it, guys. Thanks so much. About 300 people joining in live. Do me a solid. Please get a like, get a subscribe, and so forth. Now, if you want more charts, more information, all you need to do is get your Blowfin account. There you have it. Sign up. Make sure you have the partner link. There's been a couple of guys that signed up from this morning stream. Guys, this promotion is not going to be around forever. So make sure to grab it now. It's very simple. You go to my Discord, links in the video description, links to Blowfin, everything is in there. And what do? You go click on the little promotion button. It tells you what you're going to get. Daily signals, buy and sell buys, my trade center setups. Okay. You're going to get access to the divergence screener and the buddy indicator that I use on the daily. I mean, this is the live trade room for today, just to give you guys people talking talking a little bit of shit as well, and so forth. You get access to my live trading room. This is the list of all the trades that I took, winners versus losers, within the last 2 months. And the last month has been really good. We've been on a little bit of a roll. You have all that and more. So, it's a no-brainer. Alternatively, guys, just want to encourage you, do your hodl bags a favor and join the premium group. Once off payment, you're in there for life. It's simple. I want community members. I don't want somebody that comes in, messes up an accident or the market dumps, then doesn't have money to chat to me next week. Okay. So it's a once off. I need to have people that are serious, so that's why it's gated. Slow and steady wins the race. Yes, that is. Bulls climb the steps, bears jump out the window, and I don't know, kangaroo just runs on the grass. There you have it, guys. You have a lovely day. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another trade update. Let's quickly see where we are. So this was the trade from this morning. So we hit TP1, stop at break even. So everybody's out there at around 90,700 as per the Discord calls. So just to give you guys a quick peek on how I do this, very simple. There, let's click on this. This is, and why is this a, there we go. No, there's something wrong here. I've got too many tabs open. My stuff is not loading, guys. So I'm going to have to upgrade my PC. But in any case, you can see it's not loading. I basically guide everybody through the trades, everything as I go through them. So yeah, getting poop signals everywhere now. So too much going on. So there you have it, guys. So that's it. 15-minute fake out. Maybe fake out trading talk wise. Look, I'll let this thing settle. But the thing was that we needed to hold 90K as a support from a trader point of view in order for us to reach our end objective. This is the buy that I shared. I shared this buy with you guys on YouTube as well. So everybody had an opportunity to make money here on this channel. Simple as that. But the end objective was to try and get to 93, to get that higher high in. Okay. No higher high. If we start moving into this area now, it's over. No higher high. Bitcoin's probably going to go a little bit lower. And it means that more time is going to go through. And although I shared good coins and everything is looking good on the alts, it means that the time for when your spot bags are going to make money is probably just going to be postponed a little bit. That's it. Okay. Thanks so much, guys. You have a lovely day. Chat to you tomorrow. Cheers.